Hello and welcome back to my channel, and today we're taking a look at PubG, or Player Battlegrounds Unknown. Now this is a game from 2017. It did release for money and then it went for free. Well, obviously you do have some battle pass type of things going on here, and essentially this is a Battle Royale game. Now, in all honesty, back in the day when it came out, it was pretty much a hot mess. Despite what PC hardware you had, it would simply not run well. The game was not optimized, but I do believe at current day and time, in 2023, it's actually kind of playable. I see people are still playing it. So, what this game wants from us is actually very little. Minimum GPU requirements is a GTX 960, and recommended GPU is actually a GTX 1060, so you know, something with 6 gigs of video memory. So going for the actual settings we're going to be trying this game on is obviously full screen 4K native, no FPS cap everywhere, and we're just going to go with ultra settings everywhere outside of sharpening and vertical sync and motion blur, because none of these really give you any benefits in the game. This is a Battle Royale game, so essentially we're probably going to get shot and killed in the first 2 seconds. Because even though its control scheme is very simple, this game kind of takes a little bit time to master. So yeah, one quick thing. This game does support DirectX 12, but we're running with DirectX 11 Enhanced because DirectX 12, even in the in-game menu, it says it's a beta stage for it, whatever that's supposed to mean. But yeah, I don't want to run a beta test of an API for graphics if it's not stable. So you know, if something happens, could be hardware, could be drivers, could be anything, you know, long list. Let's just have a clear baseline. So DirectX and everything else is on ultra here. So let's just jump in somewhere and we'll see how much we gonna get frame wise and everything like that. MSI Afterburner upper left, and I'm wondering how this game is actually gonna look for us. In general, I think it's probably gonna be quite playable, all things considered. But yeah, back in the day I remember people are even buying like a GTX Titan just so they can render the extra VRAM for all the grass and stuff, and then they started exploiting the grass and everything else. So yeah, it is how it is. Right, so what do we have in this pre-game lobby? We have 5.3 gigs of video memory taken and 11 gigs of RAM. We are slightly above 60 frames. And honestly, since this is a very small area, I'm not very surprised about it, all things considered. I have third and first person views. And obviously, I do believe we might actually be with bots currently, because I think the first couple matches for a new game usually is a bot lobby, just so you can get used to the controls and mechanics. I might be wrong though, but you know, I'm not entirely sure, because I don't play PubG, and this is, I think, the only multiplayer at this point, at least from the Battle Royale stage, where I actually haven't really tested the game in 4K Ultra. So here we are, the infamous blue ring, or the blue zone with the storm, and this wonderful location. So as you can see, CPU is doing a lot of things currently, so that's not exactly surprising. I think we're gonna be aiming for roughly this location here. Seems a couple houses in there. So yeah, not sure if we're actually moving any particular direction. I think I might have actually I pulled the chute a little bit too early. Again, this is literally just coming from Warzone, because you can cut your chute and travel down faster. Now we're literally just a huge target in the sky. Depends who's gonna loot up first and shoot us out of the sky. Now, I don't know about the cheating situation in PUBG. Ever since PUBG Mobile came out, I do believe the multiplayer amount on PC has dwindled, and people are just playing that because for a quick match, you know, mobile games like PUBG is absolutely fine, I suppose. So yeah, okay, we have marked area. We are well within the circle, so it's not that terrible. I don't see anyone around us for now, but this is usually very changing requirements for this game. Someone might actually jump in and get a drop of... Oh, F is cut off the shoot. Great. Should have showed me that before. Now, when it comes to the looting system in this game, it is not exactly my favorite, all things considered. But nevertheless. Let's have a quick look here. I don't expect to survive long, in all honesty, so it is how it is, I guess. Right. ADS, aim, fire, cycle. Okay, so ADSing is just a single click. Okay. Good enough. Right, let's... I think we need to reload if we want to actually go do some damage here. Or at least put up a fight while someone is shooting us, because obviously people with more experience will instantly down us, and it is funny. As you might have seen the Viva La Dirt League, they have a lot of good content, and they did have a whole episode or a whole season of PubG skits in regards how it is, so it is not bad at all. Right, so what do we have? We are within the circle and we are pulling 7 gigs of video memory and 12.5 of RAM. Well, technically 12. I'm not counting system reserved one. And outside of that, yeah, I do believe we're gonna be shot by a sniper somewhere pretty soon. Because the initial rounds, usually people just snipe the hell out of each other and then they move into the circle. Then you get your close mid-range combat with assault rifles and stuff. But so far, I must say, yeah, the game looks definitely way better than back in the day when I tried to run it with 1080 Ti. Even on Full HD, it was kind of a little bit weird, and this might be just the enhanced version of the DirectX 11, but I doubt it. Like, the skybox never looked so good. Also, we are running slightly above 90 FOV, so I do believe we're roughly at 100. So that's something else as well. I don't think we actually have anything for ourselves. We could get the vehicle and blow up in it. Right, red zone for whatever reason is here. My squad is all around everywhere. Ow! And there we go. See, this is what happens when you look at the map for too long. Literally. Where was he? He's right there. So yeah. This is what happens when you stand in an open. I mean, then again, who cares? We're exiting to the lobby. Let's do another round. And let's try to pay attention. But then again, in all honesty, when it comes to PUBG, this is kind of weird. I would rather prefer a smaller game, you know, like literally just a shorter match, you know. For instance, currently in DMZ, let's say you have about 20 minutes, right? In Apex Legends, I do believe it's also 15 to 20 minutes. And PUBG, despite the map being very big and the match length being roughly the same, it somehow feels very long and dragged out. I don't know why, maybe because it's how the game mechanic works, because when it feels a little bit clunky. There's no snappiness, because you see, when you go for Apex or Call of Duty, let's stick to Apex just for comparison's sake. When you go for Apex Legends, you start very fast. You jump in, you have movement, you have parkour elements, mantle system, quick slides, you know, all that. You kind of, even if the area is big, when you move through the area, it's more fluid. In PUBG, there's no fluidity. The game feels slow, and this kind of encourages people to just camp out near the circle. You know, it's not about movement. You can technically move, you know, crouch and you know, stuff like this, drop down, change the things, but I don't know. It just, for me, it feels slow, and I don't think that being slow is a good thing. But then again, this is a performance review rather than an actual gameplay of PUBG, because since it's for free, go grab it. Obviously, you can grab some battle pass as well, but hey ho. At least now we know how to cut the shoot, so that's gonna be a huge help for us. And I believe we're gonna be... we might actually drop around this area here. See what my teammates select. It is always better to kind of stick together, at least for the initial things. Looks like they're also trying to figure out the most out of place location. Then again, usually people try to drop in. The closer to the circle area, they kind of just hold their ground, which is not surprising. In Warzone back in the day, if you remember Verdansk, that was quite the opposite. So yeah. Now we know basic control, so that's good. And we might just go down for this location here. Let's go, long range 30, green tag. I think we're coming up pretty nicely here. Come on, cut the shoot. CPU is working overtime while loading in the map assets. GPU is surprisingly chilling. And we dropped all the possible frames on landing. Okay, fair enough. A new area. So I guess we're just gonna be looting up here real quick. We get an energy can, I believe it was. And yeah, I mean, once you figure out how stuff works in here, I think you are absolutely fine. We do have some LMG here. Don't mind me, I do like that. Oh yes, perfect. Could actually do a little bit of ammo here. Nine millimeters, fair enough. Tactical stock. Right. I would prefer a scope over iron sights any day, so it is how it is. Let's see. Oh, someone's shooting at something. Let's try to get out. If my teammates could use the pings, that would be nice. But I think they're just messing around, really. I don't think someone's attacking us. But who knows? To be fair, the performance is actually pretty decent. The GPU usage is a bit weird. The draw distance is pretty decent. I don't know, like all this movement, it's kind of jerky. To be fair, this is actually not too bad. For now, at least. Okay, we're gonna follow this guy. He clearly knows what he's doing. Now, granted, as in every multiplayer competitive game, you don't want to have just 60 frames or slightly above. You want all the frames you can get, and preferably something that you can utilize. So you know, it's how it works, really. Yep. I thought that's gonna be... Aha! He downed him. See? Teamwork. Now, it doesn't mean that this guy was solo, it just means that our guy was here. He's not exactly looted up too much. Oh no, it's the red zone. We need to get out. Run, brothers. Need to patch up ourselves a little bit, because we're in a pretty bad shape. Now, granted, we would need to have the big medical bag for proper healing, but even this is better than nothing, all things considered. And yeah, I mean, being killed by a car is something that you could expect in Warzone as well. Or DMZ, or literally any other game with a vehicle combat in it. Even Halo, you know, someone will just come to you. I kind of feel like we might need to... ACP. Nice. Right, I think we're just waiting it out. We do need to make our way into the circle. But yeah, it is how it is. I actually forgot how the recoil works in this game. And this poor guy was just exploring as well, I believe. So yeah, I don't know. You know, this is a multiplayer game either way, so I don't exactly want to play this the whole match, because I know how it's gonna go. Like I'm gonna get killed, and my 3 guys will have to fight for their own lives. So yeah, this essentially is the PubG experience, I would rather want to say. Oh no, the blue zone. Move! Typical PubG experience. They're still trying to take care of me. That is kind of nice, you know. Something you don't exactly usually see in other games. But then again, they probably see how clueless I am and they go like, well, that's fine. Right, anyhow, we're leaving the match because I don't want them to come back for me and essentially losing their advantage over the other teams. But yeah, this is the performance of PubG, and honestly, it's not too bad. I would say, as usual, for majority of the multiplayer games, it is literally useless to run the game on ultra settings unless there's a very clear graphical advantage for draw distance or sharpness. You want more frames. That's simple as that. If you can get 100, 120 frames, go for that rather than visually nice looking 60, because you will be at disadvantage, and I don't have to tell you that. But anyhow, outside of that, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and please be better than me in multiplayer games, okay? That's a deal. See you next time. Over and out.